So Charlie, we're entering Dickey Consulting Services, which is a part of the Midtown Commerce Center Incubator, and wanted to show you some fine artwork.
Oh my God, that's Adonis Parker.
That is
I
exactly
recognize his work.
That is exactly right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
What's the logic behind it? What was the purpose of this? Do you know?
Yes, of course. I gave him the book called My Soul is a Witness that was done by Deborah Work, that was commissioned by the Old Dillard Museum. And I wanted him to capture the first couple of decades of when blacks arrived in Broward County in Fort Lauderdale. And that was in the late 1800s. So there were some pictures of that we got from that book, which were taken from the Broward County Historical Society and the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society. And in that book are the pictures of blacks working in the fields, picking, of course, the peppers and fruit and other kind of vegetables, as well as looking at the children who also were working in the fields instead of going to school, which is what they should have been doing. And then, of course, how religion played such a huge part in our lives to keep us going and sustaining. So he kind of captured all of that from a historical point of view and put it in this picture.
Very, very detailed.
Yes.
Very detailed.
Yes, indeed. In addition to that picture, Adonis has contributed because he knows we have the art gallery, which is also an entertainment center. So he basically provided this work of his, which of course features jazz and artists singing, and of course the depiction of art.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love the colors.
Yes, yes, indeed. And it, of course, matched our furniture here in the office. This is our small conference room where we're, of course, do some of our work. And but I wanted to at least feature his artwork in this conference room because many people would come in and see it.
He's in Miami.
Yes, absolutely.
Adonis is.
Oh, absolutely. He's done several pieces of work on bridges, on buildings for private sector companies, and some of the parks for the Miami-Dade.
Well, I've got to get him to do something for Coffee Break with Charlie. How dare he?
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. He would love that. He would love that. Yes, indeed. So, and that's just one of the pieces. And I also happen to have a piece of Gene Tenney's too. I got at Art Basel when he was. They had a small.
Do you have
showing.
it for
I
view?
do.
Okay,
I do.
let's see.
I do. Yes. Okay. They'll have to stay back. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
I haven't been able to hang it yet, but this is Gene Tenney's work, Faces in the Crowd, and
Lovely.
so I'll be hanging it up as well. Yes,
Lovely.
yes, it's our beautiful piece here. So I'll put it down here. So as you can see, we do like art, and the bicycle here happens to be from one of the projects that we worked on for Broward County, which is called the B-Cycle. Again, leading into that whole sustainability that we believe in, that people can use bicycles to get around town. If they work downtown, then they can just get on a bike and go to lunch or visit others as opposed to getting in their car.
Do
and
you see many
causing-
people riding bikes though?
Actually, there are a few people. Some of as you well know, the younger generation understands about sustainability and the whole initiative of LEED and trying to save our atmosphere and not have a lot of carbons out there. So they are riding bikes. And so with the Broward County Project B-Cycle, more and more people are riding. Of course, the tourists are more apt to get on them as well.
Are there other businesses in here that we will be able to view?
Yes, absolutely. There's L&R Security, and there's Community-Based Connections, which is a nonprofit servicing the community. You had asked about how the community gets served. So they provide life skill development, and then L&R Security provides actual security, human body security guards for various projects.
Okay.
So Charlie, where we'll be going is Community-Based Connections and L&R Security, which are tenants here in the building.
Okay.
I'd like for you to meet them.
Okay.
And see some of the things they're doing in the community.
Okay, that'll be great.
Community-Based Connections, and we're going in to see Ms. Thomas.
Oh, so these are some of the office spaces
Yes,
here.
yes, indeed. This is the office space, and you can see their banner there that they're doing services helping 50 families in the area
Okay.
doing life skill development. And we're going to meet the director of the agency, Ms. Thomas. These are some of her fine folks that work for her.
Okay.
Ms. Thomas, hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'd like you to meet Charlie. This
Hi.
Hi,
Nice
Charlie.
to meet you. Nice to
Nice
meet you.
meeting you.
So, what are some of the things that you all are doing here?
Basically, community connections. We deal with families at risk of child abuse and neglect for one of our programs. We go into the homes and we provide services to prevent those issues from reoccurring, or if they have occurred, align services so that we can help them to prevent them from going down the same path. That program is facilitated through Sunland Park Elementary School, where that we go into the homes of 60 youth. That program is funded through United Way, and those youth, we give them after school services to help them to get them prepared for the FCAT. A lot of these kids, when they come into the schools, they barely know their names and they barely know recognizing letters. So we give them those services from the dynamics that they're coming from so that they can succeed better in school. That's our Sunlight Achievers program.
Do you have a certain amount of students that you represent within the community?
Within that school, we have 60 students. The program, the grant, only aligns 60 students. We have targeted 60 students. They're unduplicated. So we've been in the program for 3 years. So every year we get a new set of 60 kids, and the kids, they excel. We get them from kindergarten. The program started actually going into the daycares.
Is this a program that you founded, or this is something through the state?
This is a program, we created the curriculum, and it's funded through United Way of Broward County. The curriculum is aligned with the standards of Broward schools and their benchmarks of what the kids learn in school to help them to be prepared through school. So we created the curriculum, the outcomes, the objectives, and what goals we want the kids to meet once they exit the program. We actually have 3 programs. That's our baby program. And then we have our high school program, which is the Spins through Florida Network. It's partnered with DJJ, and basically we deal with truancy. Once they know, or teachers or caseworkers or either community advocates know that we see a kid that's going down the path to end up in DJJ, we intervene.
Explain to me, what is DJJ?
Department of Juvenile Justice.
Okay.
So we intervene and provide services to keep them from going down that path. If they have a record, we can't help them because it's a prevention program. In the prevention program, we have a case manager. He goes into the homes. If they have a certain amount of absences, we put truancy patrol in. We align the family with services. We do parenting. We do mentoring programs to help the kids, if they have a drug abuse or things like that. We put services in place so that we have not as many kids going into the system, because they have a zero tolerance these days for the minors, and a lot of them are getting in trouble or they're getting records for very small things. So the program is to prevent those little things from happening, so that little mistakes that they get in as they grow up don't haunt them later.
Do you have a success record for the
Yes, we do
students?
have a success records. We report through the state. They can go to FloridaNetwork.org, and through that they can see all of the different. There are 3 providers in Broward County: ourselves, Lutheran Services, and what's the other one? Mount Bethel. Okay. And all 3 of us provide the Spins program in Broward County. We target the 33311 area code the most because it's our surrounding areas. So that's our target. We actually are hoping now to grow into a new program. We're going to be targeting our middle school babies. So hopefully, if everything works out and we're provided that grant, we'll be going into Parkway Middle, and we'll be helping those kids align with getting on track, as well as if they failed courses, we'll be providing services after school to help them prepare so they can repeat the courses so they're not kept back.
Why, thank you so much for this information and
welcome.
servicing the Broward County community.
Nice
It was a
meeting
pleasure
you.
to meet you.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
All right, Charlie, so now we're coming into L&R Security, and Mr. George Beasley is the Vice President of the Florida Operations, and has owned a security company all his life, but he's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Hi, nice to
you
meet
doing?
you. Good, thank you. So, you're servicing our community, huh?
Yes, yes. I used to own Enterprise Security, president of Enterprise Security for 20 years. And just recently, last 2 years, I joined another outfit out of Louisiana, New Orleans, called L&R Security. We've been here now roughly about 2 years. We service about 14 states here in the United States and some overseas activity also. We have a large contract we just signed a couple months ago in Orlando at the Orange County Convention Center, and anticipating picking up a lot of more work up there and here for a lot of them.
So how did security become a part of this for you?
For me, one day I was getting ready to retire, sitting around talking to some
Retired
friends
from?
the Broward Sheriff Office.
Okay.
Sitting around talking to a friend, they were talking about they were going into security, into correction, into real estate. At that time, real estate was booming, but they didn't know anything about real estate, especially when they had been in security for 30 years. Okay, so I decided that I would go into security, where my expertise is at in law enforcement. So that's what brought me to security. So everybody laughed, fell out of their chairs. Said, I hope you'll be a better security guard than you are a police officer. So I said, okay. Within about 5 years, all those guys that were laughing about me or to me, they came to work for me.
See, that's a prime example.
Yes,
You
yes.
have to follow your dreams
Yes.
and what your convictions
Right,
are.
Yes.
right, and I ended up finding them all.
That made you a better
never-
boss.
That's right.
I never
That's right.
forgot.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
That's
thank you
excellent.
for giving us an opportunity to
Okay.
see what you do here and how your organization is servicing the community of Broward County.
Thank you.
This is great what you're doing, because now she's getting her own website and everything. You go to websites, you pull down pictures from other places, this kind of stuff. I tell Nadine the same thing. That's what I did with my website. I hope yours is not as expensive as mine was.
Well,
However,
would
I
you like to
probably
tell the
use you.
people where your website is if they want to utilize your services, how they
Yeah.
can go about locating you?
Yeah, you can go to my website at www.lrsecurity.com. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Is a
that's
phone
fine.
number that they can reach
Yeah,
you at?
954-731-5161. You can go to the Orlando website, www.lrsecurityfloridaorlando.com. Fort Lauderdale the same way.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. And once
Okay.
again, it's a pleasure to have met
Same
you.
here.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow, what an awesome experience.
Oh, that's
Oh my
great.
God.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, yes.
I want to thank everyone for coming to Coffee Break with Charlie, visiting with us today, taking time out of your busy schedule to sit and watch what we're doing. I so appreciate the Midtown Commerce Center. You guys are going to be so pleased with what you see. Thank you for visiting, and see you next time.